What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Conversation with Kids. We in the building. 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 What's up, y'all? What's going on? Willie Dean, what it do? 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 What's good? What's good? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Mo. Mo, my twin. For real, for real. You know I love you. I love you for real. It hurt me yesterday. I found out she had a husband. And the reason why it hurt me that she had a husband is because, not because I like her like that, because I don't know her like that. But you ever felt like there was someone you was like really connected with? Every time she makes a comment, it's like that's the same thing I would have said. I was like, oh
Right.
man, another soulmate gone, gone. But at least she's happy, at least married, and we love that. So her husband is my brother, and I appreciate that. Take
No
care of her.
doubt.
She's an amazing woman. Shout out to everybody. We're just gonna do a quick little shout out. Took us a long. We got 26 likes. This is bad. This is negativo. I don't like that, but it's all right. We're gonna make do. Shout out to the sponsors real quick. Shout out to Ripple.com for sponsoring us. Also, please do me a favor. Um, Zero nicotine. Use my discount down there, the Ripple King, to get 15%. I beg of you. Please go and support those who support us. Thank you very much. Big things coming in the future with Ripple. Remember I told you. Another thing too, loving life through the eyes of travel. Please go and support. Please go and support Loving Life Through the Eyes of Travel. If you don't got the book, go and get the book because this book is the Bible of romance and the Rosetta Stone of relationships. Remember, I told you first. And those who are not members, please become a member of the King's Court because the King's Court is going to be where I display some of my dating advice and also where I actually go on dates with young ladies and I show other contents that you can't get on YouTube or the Patreon. And I do have a Patreon page, but we want to rock out with YouTube for a little bit more. And just in case it gets banned over here, we over there. Another thing is merchandise. Please go and support the merchandise. The merchandise is important because it's going to come a time where we want all the members of the King's Court and also all the members of the Garden on our YouTube chat to have what we have on and represent our brand everywhere. It's our brand, Conversations with King. We want to give a shout out to the ladies yesterday. They did a great job. And also shout out to Wana. Wana did an amazing job. She got her page. Go and follow her page. Wana Space Chica. Go and follow On the Block with Jen. Go and
Yeah, happy
follow
birthday,
Kanika.
Tawana.
Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you. Uh, Narelle, you sound like you like a slow motion. Say something again, and also go and follow Mayat Speaks. Please go and follow Mayat Speaks.
It's in slow motion still.
Yeah, you sound like you sound like you're drowning.
Give me a second.
You want to come back in? Yeah, come back in. Did y'all hear that too? Or was it just me? Thank you. So, Juana Chica, let's subscribe to Juana Chica. Neat. Shout out to that. You know what I mean? We want to make sure we support everybody that supports us. Shout out to everybody that supports us. Also, please share the page. Let's get the likes up. Today's going to be a good page and a very triggering conversation because we're going to talk about the things that most people are afraid to talk about or most people are not articulate enough to talk about. This is one of my favorite apple juices, by the way. I was going to start a little bit earlier, but we want to give more time for other people to come. But at the end of the day, this is one of my favorite apple juices. Please go and get it. I think the next Cartier bracelet, I'll probably get like a little bit tighter. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about getting another one. It's expensive, but I like certain things. Shout out to Willie Dean. Go and get his book called Love by Willie Dean on Amazon and other platforms. Please go and support Willie Dean because he supports us. Shout out to Willie Dean and his beautiful, 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 beautiful family. Shout out to the beautiful family. And someone's birthday is tomorrow. We're not going to say, but someone's birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to Wanda Washington. We truly love you. Peace to you and everything you do. Oh, wow. I think Chef Sapino is getting pulled over. He's going live now for safety. Okay, so let's make sure. I hope he's okay. Hope Chef Sapino is definitely okay. So please go look out for that. And hopefully he gets to talk about it later, but he'll be all right. Hope he wasn't speeding. He should be all right. Also, please go and support Willie Dean's book. Willie Dean's book is popping. Please. Ops, disregard the car in front of me. It was a people. It was a car in front of him. So don't worry about him. He's okay. Hello, everyone. I'm in an Uber watching. Can't wait to get home so I can roll up so I can continue watching this show. April, I freaking love you for real, for real. Now, please share this, and also please turn the likes up. Also, do me a favor. Just know that your boy is very stylish today. Those who know what shirt this is, they understand what shirt this is. This is definitely a shirt that a lot of people might overlook, but it's the Tom Brown, very light, very. But I wear light. I do a lot of things subtle because I don't want to brag about certain things like certain people. But I just want to educate y'all. This is not a regular sweatshirt. This is a Tom Brown. That goes to Tom Brown frames. Let's be humble. But let them know. Let them know. We got Darrell coming back. What's up, Darrell?
What it sound like now?
Thank you for coming back. You hear say something?
What it sound like now?
Same thing. Do y'all hear it too? It sounds like it's real slow. It sounds like that.
It's probably, you know what? It's probably because I'm uploading videos. I'm probably going to have to do this from my
Wait, hold on. So
iPad.
does everybody hear it, or am I the only one? Do y'all hear him clear, or am I the only one? Ask them because I don't know. Oh, so it's probably me. Let me come back. Let me come back. It's probably me.
Yeah, let me know if it's me. People in the chat, let me know if it's me, cause I'll come back. Linsky says it's clear. Willie say it's clear. I'm not sure what's going on.
You hear me now? Say something.
I can hear you. I can hear
Okay,
you.
perfect. No, you're perfect. You're perfect. It was
All right,
me.
let's
I'm
get it.
sorry. I apologize. I'm the
We
one with
good.
the webcam. You want to listen to me? Why you listen to me? I'm the one with the webcam. You know your things sound good. All right.
No,
So
we good.
what's going on? Talk to the. How was your day? How's everything popping, man?
Man, everything blessed with me, man. I'm in a very good space right now. Kids taken care of, my daughter happy, both my sons happy, both my daughters good. Um, really, you know what, man? I've been planning for Christmas. That's been
Right.
breaking me. A few different court stuff with with my daughter, and finishing up this custody stuff. But for the most part, everything been a blessing. I can't even lie. Everything been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to say one thing. If Darrell's up here, I think he's up here because of the title, and I think he's the most fitting person to talk about this because it goes. People are out here ashamed of the lover that they chose. They're ashamed of the lover that they chose. This is a fitting topic because
Mm,
if you're going to pick somebody, you should be proud of them.
I agree.
Why would you be with somebody that you're not proud of? And we're going to talk about all the ways that people are hiding their lovers. We're going to talk about all the ways people are picking people that they tolerate. They don't really want to be with, but they tolerate. And we're going to talk about the people that know that and still stick around, right? This is what we're going to talk about. So please prepare for this. Darrell said it's going to get very triggering. He might name some names, he might not. But at the end of the day, we want to talk about the people that really don't want to be with their lover, but they dare because they need them. And also, why would you want to be with someone you don't find attractive? Why would you comment
Mhm.
on other people when your lady doesn't look that good, or your husband doesn't have money, or your husband doesn't look that good? You should be humble.
Right.
You should be
No, I
very,
agree.
very humble. You should be very, very humble. It's going to get very triggering today. So, I just hope that y'all ready. Get people in the room, and I'm going to get real spicy with a lot of people. Before I get spicy, I just want to have this story real quick because we are in the holiday season, and today I'm going to give y'all a story that happened to me last week, but I didn't have time to tell y'all. I was going to
Mhm.
my favorite spot that sells the honey wine. It's called Masera. It's by Columbia University. When I went to the spot, it was empty. The real story was I actually went to meet an ex lover of mine, and she stood me up. She didn't show up. So I'm texting her like, see, this is why I don't deal with you. I don't ever want you to come and talk to me again. That's why I stopped dealing with you because you got issues, right? Don't ever hit me up again. But as I'm sitting down eating the food by myself, and I knew that I should have talked to her because my mind is on someone else. There's someone that I truly care about, but I can't deal with them. because they're not moving the way I need them to move. I still think about that person every day. I literally think about this woman every day, like doing everything in my power not to call her. Literally every day, I keep myself busy so I don't call this woman because her energy wasn't there with me, and we never slept together. We never did anything, but it's a connection. It's a connection, and I don't know if it's a good connection or bad connection. And I thought she would have called me back because she got some of my clothes. So I thought she was gonna call me back like I want to return the clothes so we could be friends again. But it's not happening. She's just as stubborn as me, and she's probably hearing this right now. So go ahead and stay stubborn, because I'm gonna be stubborn too. But you're gonna break first, and I'm gonna invite you with open hands. But let me get back to the story. So I'm in the Masera, and I see this Korean woman come in. She comes in and she says, "I have a table for five, and my husband and my kids haven't come yet." So she sits down by the bar next to me, and me being the guy that I am, I say, "You know what? I want you to try this wine. This restaurant here is known for the honey wine. It's on me." So I buy her the honey wine. And I didn't know she was Korean. She looked Asian. And I said, "Where are you from?" She said, "Korean." I said, "Oh wow. My lover is Korean right now, and my therapist is Korean." And she was like, "Word?" She's like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah." Um, he said, "Oh, look at you." I said, "Okay." We started talking. And then, she's drinking, I'm drinking. Her family didn't come in yet. I asked her, "What's your birthday?" She said, "September 1st." I said, "What's your sign?" She said, "I don't know." I said, "Hold up. You told me your birthday, but you don't know your sign." And this is when the plot thickens. She says, I was adopted. And when you're adopted, you get the person that adopts you birthday. So I really don't know my birthday. I don't know my parents. I don't know my birthday. And I don't know my sign. Could you imagine being born in this world not knowing your birthday? Like your birthday. Your birthday. Like that's the craziest thing to me. And she doesn't know her sign. So like being born in this world without knowing your parents, your birthday, um, not knowing. She said they don't know who her parents were. It's like so you don't even have a foundation. We complain about like a lot of things, but not to have an origin, not to know where you came from or where you was born, could be the worst thing in the world. So I just want to tell that story because when I left the place, she said bye. She said my real name, Maoli. She said bye, Maoli. I said bye, Kimberly. I said you said my name perfectly. She says because I don't know, I don't really have a real name. It was given to me by my adopted parents, so I treasure everybody's name. And yo, when I tell you, I was going to shed a tear because like we complain about every little thing as humans, everything. Oh, I want some new sneakers. Oh, I gotta get this new watch. Oh, my thing is. Oh, why my food is cold. She was born without knowing her parents. People are mad at parents, but she doesn't even know her parents. Like you gotta understand that plays a part in people's development,
Yeah.
not knowing your origin. Shout out to Brittany B. Damn, it's getting. Oh boy, we gonna have to get real today. It's I hate not knowing who my father is. It's my mother's fault. That's why I'm careful how I move. Wow.
Yeah, man. I couldn't imagine being in that kind of situation where, because I know like people who have been adopted, but I know people who have been adopted, but they still know their families. Um, Adoption is like everybody's saying, it's a deep conversation because children involved, right? But the one thing I would say from my experiences with adoption is in situations like that when they don't know the family, man, it can leave everlasting scars mentally. Let's
Mm,
let's let's be real. Identity issues.
mm-hmm.
But then in some cases, it doesn't. One of my close friends, his name is Nick. He's Asian. He was raised by two white people,
Right.
but he still is extremely, let's say, cultured. At the same time, he loved black music, man. He graduated from school. I mean, he very successful. So I think it's I think it's about the household that you grew up in. Are these people teaching you where you come from? Are these people making sure that you know who you are? If they do not, then at the end of the day, what they doing is like a disservice to you at the end of the day. It's like they setting
Mm,
you up for failure. They setting you up to have these insecurities, to have these social like anxieties almost where you you feel like how like the young lady was describing to you. And
mm-hmm.
like what can you say to that? You get what I'm saying? Like what can you really say to that? You can't really flirt after that. You know what I mean? It's
Right,
like I mean, at least for me it'd be hard, man. For me it's like a conversation with a therapist that need to happen after that. But then again, we might be overreaching.
right.
Right. But she said what she said. She didn't know who she was. And that's something that I think I like talked to you in a few shows back when we was talking about I think I had mentioned the Black Panther.
Right.
Because I was trying to say like when you don't know who you are, like it messes you up. And that's what happened to Killmonger almost. He knew who he was to the point where
Mm,
he felt trapped being there. Like I know where I should be, what I should be doing. So I feel like I mean imagine that on the opposite side, like knowing who you are but being abandoned by your country. That's how almost how I feel most of the time.
right.
Like we know we should be like I should know like my tribal name like you know yours, but a lot of us don't. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel her to a certain degree, but my abandonment is more like a country type abandonment more than
Right. A a
parental,
cultural, a
cultural
cultural.
exactly,
Right.
and hers
Wow.
parental. So yeah, I get it.
Right. Wow. That's deep. When you talk about adoption, adoption is not something that's always negative. Sometimes people give adoptions because they want to provide a better life for the child, but they never lose focus on the child. And so the child has a chance to come and get closure. That particular lady will never get closure from her parents. Could you imagine that? Never getting closure from your parents?
I really couldn't. I really couldn't. I
That's
spoke to my
like,
father less than an hour ago. I speak to my parents every
I'm
single
supposed to call
day.
my
So
parents. I'm supposed to call my parents, man.
yeah,
Never
man,
slipping.
that's like a ritual of mine. Like I do it every single day. So I really couldn't imagine that. And I feel sorry for anybody in that situation because the more and more I talk to people who don't have families like my own, that's very close knitted, the more and more I realize people just be broken, bro. They be genuinely broken. And all the time it's not just about the parents, it's about the upbringing. I mean, imagine like you going to school and you having parents' day, you having whatever day, and then she got to like relive this situation over and over and over again. So that was one of the things that my homie Nick went through because
Right,
he was Korean. I gotta stop
right,
saying it. He was Korean, not Asian. But
right.
he never was doing like Korean stuff all the time. He had to damn near like force himself to be around other people, but those people had Korean families, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
he was always hanging with us, you know, doing dare I say like black stuff, you know,
Right.
smoking, rapping,
Turn the
playing
lights up.
basketball. He was cultured into like the ghetto basically, but he was completely Asian.
Right.
But he was the homie, man. I think that he just I wouldn't dare say he had identity issues, but he was a product of his environment.
Mm-hmm.
Had he been around his culture, I think he would have been more of a product of that environment. But that's just
Mm-hmm.
my beliefs.
Wow. I'm like, at the end of the day, I just brought that story up because I want everybody that do have their parents that does know their birthdays, uh, that knows their real name, that knows their even their zodiac sign. Please, please be grateful. There's people that don't even have that. You know, um, we're gonna talk about that later on one of these days, probably next year in regards to that because that's a deep, deep, deep topic. And 100 watts, yeah, you are blessed, brother. You definitely are blessed. You know what I mean? You definitely are blessed. I wish Will was up here because he'll definitely drop some knowledge on this. Um, why is this freezing? I got the heat on. I'm feeling I got a draft in here. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. This is not good. I gotta talk about this. But anyway, with that being said, you know, let's let's make this just transfer into the conversation. Now, when parents put up their kids who they supposed to love up for adoption, does it mean that they're ashamed of them? When people don't want to deal with their lover because around other people, does it mean that they're ashamed of them? When
Hmm.
people attach themselves to you conveniently, does that mean that they're ashamed of you?
Um, I think those are a few different questions. So the first one, if a parent give up the child for adoption, are they ashamed of them? That's the question, right?
Right. Or their situation.
Nah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Dare I
Right.
say, speaking from, I would say, a close to the chest situation. I know for a fact that that's not true.
Right.
Um, and I would ask people who really will answer this question, make sure you know somebody in that situation first,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the hypotheticals in this one can be, detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
But to answer the question directly, bro, I think that it's all about situations. It's all about situations. That's like, if a woman decides that she can't raise a child, the father is whatever. We could think of something good, something bad. Maybe he makes a lot of money, but he's abusive. Maybe he isn't just a nurturing man. Whatever the situation is,
Press mute, truth. Press mute. Thank you.
whatever the situation come out to be, what if she just don't want to raise the child? I think
Mm-hmm.
that like a lot of these situations that I've happened to, let's say, fumble upon, I meet people in those situations and they really just it's situation to situation, bro. I'm so honest. So let me
Right.
give some background because
No,
I
we don't
don't
have
want to
to go
make it
deep. That's a different situation. I was trying to lead into this one because that seems like you're going deep with that. So we don't have to
yeah.
go there. So
Okay, okay.
let's wait for that, and then we go to let's go to in regards to lovers being ashamed. But if you have anything to add to that, True, before we make that transition, let me know.
What's going on, brothers? How y'all doing
What's
today?
going on, brother?
How you doing, sir?
Not too much. No, I agree with what Daryl saying. Is it's not an absolution. I mean, we can't say that a person that has done that we don't know the actual feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with the majority of, since it's in the power of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of women are not ashamed of their children. It could be a lot of other aspects and scenarios that play a part in the fact that they will give their child up. So
Right. Right. It has nothing to do with shame at all.
I wouldn't say it wouldn't, because of course you got some cases, especially I can't say the actual word, but if somebody had participated in you know situation where it was multiple guys and they don't know the child, then that can be a situation of where you feel ashamed of the situation. That could be a part where somebody was violated.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a part of feeling ashamed. So it's not an absolution. I'm just saying the majority of the time, a woman, if it's done in its proper, well, not proper way, but if it happened naturally, they're not usually ashamed.
Right. Okay, let me ask you a question. So y'all both parents, um, and y'all both have children, of course, because you're parents. But do you think parents can be ashamed of their own children? Parents that actually are around their children. You think parents are ashamed of their children? I'm talking about in childhood, even in adulthood. Can parents be ashamed of children?
I would answer that one by saying absolutely. Um, I think that parents could absolutely be ashamed of their children. And I'm not gonna name any like people that I know in my personal life, but yeah, there's people who are ashamed of their children. Not just ashamed of who they become, but the shame, like just really ashamed of the actions, bro. It's like when you see somebody continuously making the same choice, they're not saving money, but they always in situations where they don't have any. and these people who don't have no kids and no bills. So like I have cousins like that, not a lot, but a few who are a little bit on the older side. And like I said, my family is close knitted. Some could say some of us are spoiled. It depends on how you look at it, to be perfectly honest. But there's some of us that really come from really good two-parent households, and
Right.
to not even be interested in school at all, that's something that I think that some of my aunts have been ashamed of. I'm not gonna say which ones because they probably watching. They do watch our shows, but I know this to be a fact.
Turn the likes up, please. We have 44. We have 50. We only got 30. So turn the likes up, please.
It's like when you because you understand this, bro. How many times have you met somebody who was pledging and they come from a family of Kappas, a family of Qs, et cetera, et cetera?
Legacy.
Thank you. And they child just fucked that all the way up. Or sorry, excuse me. They child mess all of that up and switch it all the way up, break the whole legacy and go somewhere else. They're not gonna say it's, they're not gonna say they're ashamed, bro, but some of them do. Let's be honest. Some of them really do. Some of them be ashamed. That's just my opinion though. Like I wouldn't say it's really a shame like I hate my kid unless you like Kyle Rittenhouse or something like that. But for the most part, I think it's just certain actions that we shameful of. Like if my kids grew up and never went to college and never really made nothing out of their lives and didn't take care of their kids, I would be ashamed of them. Like to be perfectly honest.
So let me ask, truth is never favored. Do you think parents could be ashamed? And I'm gonna ask you a second question.
Yes, concur with Daryl's sentiments again.
So does it have something to do with your parents' expectations?
Yeah, because this is where I was about to go in. I'm gonna use your situation for instance. You're a product of generational wealth, and
I wouldn't say generation. I say my parents set it off, so I gotta continue.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you continue it, then it will become generational. You see what I'm saying? Right. Kind of speaking it into existence, I believe that's what's going to happen with you guys. You feel me? I believe you're going to hold on to that bag and do right. So let's say, like you said, your dad puts you basically in a CEO position of his business right now, correct?
Yeah.
Let's say that, you had fumbled that. That would be a process that causes a parent to be ashamed. You feel what I'm saying? Also, depending on how your standards are and where you came from, that if you did the best you could and you was there with your children, you provided, the lessons that were never there where, like, for instance, with me, I didn't have nobody telling me to do the right things. I had everybody encouraging me to do the wrong. So that's why it was so easy. And it was also easy to let go of that wrong because I was always able to recognize truth. So it was easy to come up out of it when I finally had the enablers gone and people to actually challenge me to become a better man, challenge me to be my better self. So then that went to another scenario. Same thing with my children. Now that I'm here and like I lost my dad at 7. They had their dad. So that I'm present and I'm here, I would kind of feel ashamed that I'm providing you everything that I know now at an early age and trying to eliminate some self-inflicted problems. And then you go and do the exact same thing.
Turn the lights up.
Yeah, I kind of would feel ashamed there.
Okay, so to both of y'all, is parents being ashamed of their children, does it have something to do with expectations, or does it have something to do with the fact that you feel that your child needs to do better than you?
Let me say this because I don't know how much y'all are into like rock and roll music, but there was a guy by the name of Chester Bennington. He made a song with his group called Linkin Park, the song called Numb, right? Where he expressed
I know that.
he expressed the sentiments of parents who have expectations and overbearing expectations. And Linkin Park, shout out to Linkin Park, they did that whole album with Jay-Z and everything. They were wildly successful, but he was deeply, deeply sad, deeply depressed, to the point where he ended his life. So I'm just saying, sometimes that shame, it weighs heavy, bro, and it comes from,
Is
like
that
you just
abuse?
said. I would say so. I would say so. If for example, man, if I was a doctor, right, and I said, you know what, Leia, if you don't become nothing else but a doctor, I'm going to take you off my wheel, everything, and I'm going to be shaming you my whole life. That's not
Don't like
healthy.
so. Mm-hmm.
That's not healthy at all. For, like, in my opinion, let me not make this a monolith, but in my opinion, that style of parenting is not healthy. I think that there's a much healthier pattern that you can lay out, uh, like a school planner almost. You know what I mean? Like, you can lay this stuff out, bro, without really being overbearing. I think that's the problem. It's not that, like, it's really abusive, but once you begin to become overbearing, that the overbearing part can be that can be the abuse in itself. But maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I really think that because of, like, that song and that experience that, like, he lived through and people lived through it through him too. This man had millions of fans everywhere who love that particular song. People lived through that message, and I don't know, maybe you're right, King.Maybe it is abuse. I don't want to say it is, because a lot of parents do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of parents. How many parents went to Harvard or something like that? You went to Columbia. How many legacy students are at your school?
A lot.
A lot, right? What would happen if those students decide to go
In
to
Boston
Central
College.
Michigan? Exactly.
It depends. Some parents, like, Central Michigan might be known for a particular field, so that's why they went there.
True.
It
This
might
is
be like,
true.
okay, they specialize in this. So if you the top in that particular field, you're going to Central Michigan. Like, some people go to if they big in aeronautics, they go to University of Colorado. It's not always MIT or Stanford. So it depends what the field of interest is. So, you know,
That makes
um,
sense.
I don't know. But for you in truth, um, have you ever put your kids to shame and felt a way about it?
Yeah. Well, just to go back to the Daryl was saying,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I do agree that if you become overbearing and you put unreasonable expectations, like for me, I made sure that I ingratiated myself with my children, and what I mean by that,
Right.
I got to know them as their own individualistic self.
Okay.
They're your children, but they're their own people. They're growing up in a different generation. They're learning different things.
Right.
You can see a lot of your traits, your ideas, your memories in their eyes and everything, as well
Okay.
as their mannerisms, the way they speak, but they're their own individual people.
Turn the lights up.
Like I have a boy and a girl, and my relationships, even though I don't love them differently, I have a different type of relationship because they like different things
Mm-hmm.
stimulate them. So if I were to put, like, my daughter's more athletic than my son.
Mm-hmm.
He's not into sports. He's more of a tech person and
Oh,
everything
so
like
you
that.
feel a way about that?
Now, I do feel
Because I
it.
remember you said your daughter is actually a great track star.
Yeah, track and soccer. And she
Okay.
participated in basketball, but she said them lights was too heavy for her, so she
Okay.
kind of gave that part up. As for my son, yes, it kind of hurt me because, you know, as a father, you see yourself in it. Like, I'm gonna show you a picture of my son. He look just like me. He act just like me, everything. Like, and to know that he doesn't have the same type of love for the game like that. I mean, he came to my basketball games. He came, my sports events and everything like that. But he has his own way of looking at things. So I never put that type of pressure on him because I've actually seen what it does to, my brother. My
Mm-hmm.
brother, his father did that to him. His father is the one that taught me how to play basketball and
Mm.
football. Now, see, it was easier for me to take that type of
Wait,
pressure.
wait, wait. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
By your stepfather teaching you how to play basketball, and you were better than your brother. Did that make him? Did your stepfather put him to shame?
Uh, because this is where I actually
That's
like.
why
Yeah, this
I
is
had
what.
to ask you that.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have to talk about it. You don't have to talk
No,
about
no,
it.
no. I love to share this. We gotta be real. This is how you connect with people. So with me, I took on the challenge of what he was providing, but it was unfairly because I was taking in the exception that I didn't have a dad. So I was taking the opportunity. You feel what I'm saying? So my outlook was here I have a man in my life and he's teaching me how to be a man and everything like that. Where my brother has always had his father. So he was teaching me basketball, but my brother was just looking forward to just being a son.
Right.
And the fact that he didn't really take on the challenge of how I was training and all this type of stuff. He would train and do the best he can. And my brother's very gifted, but he didn't have the work ethic that I had, and it disappointed, our dad and everything. And since our dad, he was, a top recruit in Baltimore that went for Milford, number one point guard, went to Towson University, everything. So that weight
Wow.
hit on my little brother mostly because he like, man, this is my actual son. So that's why I said I seen the avenue and the weight, and it actually pushed my brother away, and my brother fell into the streets and stuff like
Damn.
that. So,
Damn. Before we get to 100 watts, I want to say one thing. On the block with Jen, please follow her. Let's get up to a band. It says problem with adults is that they think their children are them part two. Their children are complete newborn individuals that are not second chance of what you didn't achieve. I totally agree with that.
she
But
is absolutely right. We try.
I totally agree with that. But I also believe in legacy, right? But I only saw on the block with Jen's daughter once. I think she showed it on the camera, and based on what I saw, her daughter looks just like her. She's beautiful, right? Saw her one time. I think she's a model. So my question to Jen: did your daughter want to do that because you were into the arts? Does she want to do acting because you are a thespian? You could come, you don't have to come up, but you could answer that question. And then, if that's the case, did you ever put pressure on her to be a lover of the arts and craft like you have been, like a student of acting? So now we go to 100 watts while we wait for her to answer.
Good evening, fellas. Good evening, fellas. Truth, my brother. King, my brother. D,
What's
my
up,
brother.
Brody.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening? What's happening? So I honestly think that where you guys at in the conversation is amazing. And I'm gonna say that because I honestly personally had a situation within the last 72 hours that really made me reflect on myself.
What?
Right?
Wow.
So the question you asked, King, was about parents and their expectation, you know what I'm saying, what you push on your kids, right? So what I honestly think is you can't really measure, your efforts until you can start seeing results, right? Because when you start looking at a parent like LeVar Ball, who actually came into his relationship with the mindset of, I want to have these children to play basketball. And now he has 3 sons that are playing in some form or fashion. They're playing in the NBA right now. So if you look at those results, he basically did what it is that he accomplished to do, right? He spent the time with his children to teach them to be great basketball players. He nurtured them to be great basketball players, and they're in the NBA right now, right? So you would say that is a great ending to what he saw for his children, right?
Right.
But we all know that those things don't always happen. And like I said, a personal thing that I had within the last 72 hours was I speak all the time to my daughter about managing her emotions, right? I speak to her all the time about that, managing her emotions, especially in public. And I had a moment where I was standing in a store and I acted a certain way in public in front of my daughter that really made me reflect on what it is that I'm showing her, right? And what I'm teaching her. So when you ask the expectations of a parent, it's like, I'm expecting my daughter to be so well and groomed in terms of in terms of my expectations of her managing her emotions and stuff in public, right? How we deal with other people, how drama comes our way. Sometimes people want to throw beef at us, right? Sometimes people try to throw stuff in our pocket, and we, as human beings, generally as men, because there's 4 men here on this panel, we have a little bit more aggressive way that we want to deal with it, right? And having that moment in front of my child really made me take a moment to reflect and say that as a parent, I need to make sure that I'm actually on the right path in terms of what I'm doing with the things that I'm teaching my child. So when we're talking about the expectations that we're putting on our child and it being abuse and not being abuse, the 2 things we have to measure are what are you doing in your life and what are the results of what are you teaching your children.
That's hard. That's hard.
Y'all was having a great conversation. I wanted to make sure I added that part in there.
I'm glad you did, because the conversation is really deep right now. But I wanted to start this way before we de-escalate into this rabbit hole that I'm going to take it. We're going to de-escalate the intensity and not talk about the parental shame, but we're also going to talk about the romantic shame that we have with our lovers, because that's the main topic. That's really the main topic. But I wanted to talk about the deepest type of love. Let me read what on the block what Jen says. Interested what True said about his children. I wanted a box real bad. I loved it, but my dad pushed my brother to do it. I wanted a box real bad. I could see you as a boxer too, real bad. I loved it, but my dad pushed my brother to do it instead because he was male. But my bro hated it. He was an artist. That's crazy.
See?
That is crazy. I could see you as a boxer too.
See, that type of stuff comes from the high expectations come from when parents try to live vicariously through their children. And that's because of the fact that, it comes from insecurities, man. You know, feeling where you fell short at. So you think that your heir offspring legacy is going to pick up where you left off. And just because their journey is not what you was great at doesn't mean your legacy failed.
Right.
So,
man, I want to say some stuff about myself, but I save it for later. I don't want to get too deep about myself, but I will say this.
I go.
Oh man. Man. All right, go ahead, because you're about to get deep with it.
Yeah, my oldest daughter, man, Aaliyah, named after the Princess of Detroit, Aaliyah. Her grandmother is an AKA, Michelle Merritt. Because I know you guys, well, not you guys, but people online love looking up shit. So there y'all go. Michelle Merritt is an AKA, and she been teaching her granddaughter to love nothing but pink and green, man. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not I hate to say it, but I would be disappointed if she became anything else, right? Like, I would support her. I would hold her down. I'll always be her father. But I just can't lie. I want what I want. And as a family, we've been raising her that way. So if she went and decided that she loved blue now, I think that'd be a family problem, right? But what can you do at that point? What really could you do? And it's not even just that. It reminds me of, for example,
what if she got straight A's and she went to the best schools for free, and she wanted to pledge Zeta, not AKA? Would you still feel shame?
I won't be ashamed that she becomes Zeta. I'll just be disappointed, right?
What's the difference, guys? I don't know what's the difference.
I guess that's an expectation thing, right? That's an expectation because like he said, he's gonna support his child as long as she's doing right and she's making good decisions and everything like that. Like he's there 100%. It's no love.
A lot of people take that seriously. That sorority and fraternity thing. Like, you better come home this.
Yeah. It was a football player a few years ago. I think he was supposed to go to Alabama. His mama had an Alabama hood thing on. He went to Florida, I think. She walked right off the thing. She walked right off the podium because I think she had spent her entire life wanting him to go to play Alabama with the Roll Tide, and he went to go play for the Gators. and she walked right off the stage. I just remember that happening, and that's what we're talking about, like parents having expectations. And he looked visibly disappointed that his mother would do that. But at the end of the day, she didn't care. She spent a long time, trying to get him to be this. Some would say she's wrong. Some would say she's right. He still went on to be a good football player. I'm just saying that parents have expectations. It is what it is.
Right. So let's go to. Is it me repeating or someone else doing it? Because I hear feedback.
No, that was me. I just wanted to
Okay,
say something back off of what Daryl was saying.
Yeah, but I'm hearing feedback though.
Oh, dang.
Somebody got press mute.
I hear feedback too.
Hello? Yeah, I'm hearing feedback. Probably it's you because your mic is still on. Yeah, hello? Yeah, I don't hear it no more.
Oh, all right. It's me?
Yeah, it was you.
Hold on. Let me see.
You probably got the screen on. Cut the screen on. Or put on mute.
I don't got nothing else open. But I'm going to make sure.
Or come back in and out.
No, you good now. It ain't.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. So I don't hear it no more. But what I want to say is that, after your comment, I want to transition this into relationships. Because this is where we're going to go de-escalate this, because I don't want to talk about the parents and children. I want to talk about relationships, because there's people. See, the difference between parents and children and relationships is that you don't choose your parents and you don't choose your children. So you might get a child that you don't want, and a child might get a parent I don't want, but you got to make it work. But why are we dating? Why are we loving? Why are we making love to or having sex with people we are ashamed with? Why are we building relationships? Why are we doing business with? Why are we becoming friends or claiming to be friends with individuals who we truly are ashamed of? We're going to talk about what type of shame there is, right? And we're also going to talk about how do you identify when someone's actually ashamed of you, right? And by doing that, we're going to get to answer this question, which is, why do you continue to be romantically involved with someone you're ashamed of? Because it's not your son, it's not your daughter, it's not your parent. You had a choice. You have a choice. No one forced you to be with this person. No one forced you to make love to this person. No one forced you to marry this person. No one forced you to live with this person. So why are you ashamed? Why did you get with someone that didn't meet your expectations or your standards? Because those are two different things. And now you're ashamed. I see it all the time. I see people don't want to take their man out because their man's not the guy they want walking around the corner when they say, "Oh, is that your man?" Oh, no, I'll talk to you later. I see guys. I went to a Giveon concert. I see guys with their head dudes with their head down because their wife or their girlfriend look crazy. Why are you ashamed of the woman that takes care of you, that cooks for you? Why are you ashamed of her? Why? She doesn't meet your standards? She doesn't meet your expectations? Why are you ashamed of your man? He takes care of you. Why don't you want to have your boyfriend meet your friends or your family, but you have him eating you out? You have him doing things to you sexually that you wouldn't tell the world, intimate things, but you don't want them going to company functions, philanthropic galas. You don't want him doing anything with you in front of people. I'm talking about you don't even want your wife or your husband camming up. And you're going to say, nah, baby, I'm just trying to protect you. I don't want nobody. No, you're ashamed. You're ashamed. Or maybe you are trying to protect her. Or maybe you are trying to protect him. But once you step into the YouTube world, there's no protection. The only protection is telling the truth. So I just want to get to the bottom of this. I really want to get to the bottom of this. Why people are ashamed of their lovers, and how can we spot that? How can you tell when your lover is ashamed of you? And how can we prevent ourselves from having our lovers be ashamed of us or us being ashamed of them? So the first question, shout out to Chef. Thanks for joining us, Chef. I appreciate you. That being said, who wants to answer the question? Why do you think people get involved with people that they truly are ashamed of? You stop taking them out to dates anymore. If their outfits don't look good anymore, they look crazy. So you like, let's stay home. Or you want to go places where no one can see. Me, when I have somebody, listen, I want to take them everywhere. I want to show them off. I'm one of those guys that's posting up pictures of me and my lady on IG stories every time we go out because I'm proud of who I'm with. Are you ashamed of me? Oh, some girls don't want to post me up because I'm ashamed that I like a guy like you because you only be with so many women. You be with so many women, so I don't want to be seen with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So guys, help me out. Talk to me. What's going
on?
So
I was going to make sure I run this real quick. What I was about to say that tied into what we're about to talk about now. Mm-hmm. So just to say the first part, I was never going to force my children like go to college or anything like that because most of the millionaires and billionaires that really built this country, they didn't go to college. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to put that part in. And now for the part about the relationship part, a lot of times well, I ain't gonna say we because I never had this problem as far as worrying about what other people think. But the world that we live in, we have a lot of people pleasing attention seekers. That's what I call them. And what they do is they make certain illicit and sometimes unreputable choices based off of what their parents think, what their girls think, what their co-workers think, and how they view their choice. So let's say it was a guy that this girl had met, but her father was an accountant at a high firm, making six figures. But she cool with this one dude. But she like, hey, when we go to the family functions, you go to your family function, I'm gonna go to mine. Because she already know daddy's not gonna like the fact that old boy only make $45,000 and he's not suitable for his daughter. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, and he could be very well a good dude, but just the expectations and the fact that her father will feel ashamed that she brung something like that home based off of monetary reasons, that would play a factor. Also, in the fact that, like you said, the looks part, you could tell a lot of people, like you said, they don't want to bring it on camera. They don't show pictures. They always do I don't want to take pictures with an individual because I think that's lame or tacky. I don't want to post that on social media. No, you're ashamed of that person, or you trying to hide that individual because you trying to keep your options open and you feel as though that.
Ooh, wait, hold on, Truth. Why are you trying? You dropping? Okay, you get a little bit too truthful.
He's going crazy.
Oh no,
you get a little bit too truthful right now.
Here's the only reason I want to push back on that, Truth.
Go ahead.
Did he finish? And then you push.
No,
back.
I ain't finished with you. So, like I was saying, like they got their options open. They want to keep that moving and smooth and everything like that. And it's called I don't want people in my business thing. But if you're happy with your choices, you want to let that person shine. You want to show that. Like, my ex-wife, my children's moms, every woman that I've claimed, I still got their pictures because I'm proud of how they look. My choices is gorgeous. My children,
your choices is gorgeous.
So it doesn't matter to me. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not ashamed of anything that I chose. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Here's the only reason I push back on that is because there is a certain level of protection that is applied there. And here's why I say that. Because if you look on any of my social media, the only reason that I use social media is for the purpose of business promotion, anything that has to do with the forwarding of anything that I have my name attached to in terms of me being able to put money into my house. So if you go through my Instagram right now, you'll see clips of me on a radio station. You'll see clips of me doing basketball games. You'll see clips of me doing my random thoughts or what I ain't going to do or whatever that. That's because that's all a part of building my brand and part of who I'm supposed to be in terms of an individual, what I'm doing with my life, right? Mm-hmm. You won't see, you would have to go all the way to the beginning of my Instagram to see any pictures of any of my children, right? There's no women, you see no women, you see no pictures of me with women or on dates or anything like that. That's a consistent thing that I have because it is so, social media for me is solely for the purpose of growth for my brand. That's it. I'm not here to impress nobody on none of that social media. I don't care if anybody sees who I'm, none of that. It matters none to me. Social media is consistently for one sole purpose for me, and that's exactly what I use it for.
Okay, outside of social media, do you take your ladies or lady out to every function? Do you show them off? Outside of that,
Yes. Or will you see me out in public with her? Yes. Will I take her to dinner? Yes. Do we go to the movies? Yes. Does she
family
spend time with
functions,
my family, with the homies, the Christmas party at the place of employment, stuff like that? Yeah, we can do that. But
okay,
social media,
perfect.
YouTube, all that, you probably not gonna see that. If you do, it's for a purpose.
Right. Okay. All right. So what is how based on so what do you consider someone being ashamed of their lover?
The
And
inconsistencies.
has any woman ever been ashamed of you?
The inconsistencies is what shows me the shame. If you have one girlfriend, but then you leave her and you get with somebody else and you share the last one, but you don't share this one, that's where that shame comes in because you're being inconsistent at this point.
Oh, okay. So I get what you're saying. So you're saying because you never ever did the YouTube thing, that's why you're not shaming your girl. But if you did it for your ex-girlfriend and you didn't do it for your girlfriend, then it's a sign of you
You
shaming,
did it
you
for your
being
baby
ashamed.
mama, but not you did it for your baby mama, but not the new joint. You did it for the new joint, but not
Yeah,
the one that you had a baby with.
we about to get real deep today. We about to get deep today because y'all going for it. Y'all going for all my traps. We about to get real deep today. Daryl, before we go back to him, go ahead. He just walked yourself into a landmine. I got something for you. I got
No,
something for
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I like what Hunter Watt said because I've played both sides of it. I enjoy discretion a lot. In fact, I'm using discretion now with the flower that I talk to now. With that being said, if I wasn't in a mode of discretion when I was asked to be, discreet, I would be showing her off because,
Fly.
that's just what I like doing. If I have a woman who I know is beautiful, I let her show it off. I let her show everything about her off. I want to show her off in her dress. I want to show her off, how smart she is. I want to show y'all how she got her shit together. I want to show you every facet of her so you can understand that my flower is the most beautiful thing there is. That's like once I'm wrapped up in the woman, that's how I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm going out taking pictures of you and I'm gonna post it.
Right. So let me ask you a question. This is for you, 100 watts. I think I go through the same thing I went through. Women were ashamed of me. Why? They would sleep with me or they would date me, but they wouldn't post me up on their gram because my reputation of being with more than one woman. They didn't want that associated with them. Have y'all ever went through that?
Absolutely.
Because
I don't
truth is
see.
truth. Cause truth, I don't want to get truth in trouble. So
Yeah,
I'm saying,
you ain't get me.
yeah, because you said that in the chat room. So I that's why I didn't
No,
answer your question.
No, you said all I choose is exotic, and you was about to get me in trouble with the black flowers in here, man.
Okay.
You trying to put me out there like that.
All right. So my bad. So you can answer the question too. So what do you think, guys? Has any woman ever, not because y'all look handsome, but because of your reputation of having multiple women, were women ever did you ever a lover ashamed of you that they wanted to deal with you, but they didn't want to deal with you in public? And be real.
Absolutely.
Two-sided coin.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
I'm
So
about to
explain
be
that.
super transparent.
Oh shit.
I'm
Oh shit. Here we
about to be
go.
super transparent.
Let's go, baby. Go.
So I spoke a few times that I dated a doctor while I was at Central Michigan, Dr. Therese Thomas. Great relationship, great person, from Jersey, out from Hackensack. Great person. However, she was in medical school. I was an undergrad. I had children. She did not. She was a Jehovah Witness. I
Ooh.
am not. And let's start there because I don't want to go too much into like everything that happened between us. But one thing that did happen was she realized that I'm highly sexual. I'm highly sexual. So, and she was too, which was crazy because that was one of the things that we had to deal with was she wanted me to lie to her parents and a lot of different people. I'm not really here for that. I shouldn't have to come around your family and tell them that you're a virgin when you're not. I shouldn't have to. I'm not gonna tell them everything we're doing, but I shouldn't have to come around them and lie. I'm not because I shouldn't have to lie for you. That's very unhealthy to me to put me in that situation. So, we would go out to certain places, and we would go to her events, her school events, right? But when it came to church events, hanging around certain people in the family, it was game time because for one, they didn't like that I smoked. They didn't like that the type of music that I liked, the kind of people that I be around when I'm in Detroit. They didn't like any of it. They didn't care about my degree. They didn't care about the fact that my children loved me when they saw me. They didn't care about none of that. The only thing they cared about was they knew for a fact that I was turning their daughter basically out. I was making her in their mind the Scarlet S. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to use the HOE word, but y'all know what I'm saying. Like, I was turning her into like a little freak of mine, and she was. But they was ashamed of it, and she would be ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna switch my camera because I see my camera
Okay.
just switched up.
All right.
I
You
Um,
want.
switched.
I'm gonna
in fact, I'm
say
gonna go
Okay.
like this, but because Tristan said he know who I'm talking about. So shout out to Tristan, but she was a great person in my life, man. Absolutely beautiful. I used to post pictures of her all the time, but she was ashamed, right? Because she didn't want to ever get the reputation of being a freak, but she was. So,
That's right.
it left us in a bad situation because I just feel like it was very unhealthy for us to be like for you to wake up in the morning and say, "Let me give you head," but then like when I'm talking about us making love in any form of fashion, you're like, no, that never happened. So it was like, what the hell? It's a lot of confusion. But then I didn't know a lot about the Jehovah Witness people and how like they be kicking people out for masturbating and stuff. So I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I didn't know how serious it was because I'm not a Christian anymore. Like I go to the
This fellowship. You get this fellowship.
oh my God, yeah, bro. They will kick you out immediately. So what I didn't know was that I was causing a lot of tension. It wasn't that she was really ashamed, but I think it was because of how she grew up. She had to keep it secret about some of the stuff that she did with her own self, like masturbating. So, like you said, being disfellowshipped or whatever, that was a big deal. And I still feel bad because I put her in that situation and I didn't even know about it.
Right.
Yeah,
100 watts
Go
or truth. Which one?
I want to say real quick because I'm
Oh,
about to hop out. I got a live coming up here in a second. But
Go and support his live, please. Go and support his live.
go and subscribe to Finesse Visions, King. Finesse
Put
Visions,
that.
King. I
Put it up
appreciate
there
you
so I
for
can
that.
post it. I'm not good with that, so I could highlight it as you speaking.
I got you.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna say personal. I personally haven't had to deal with like somebody being ashamed of dealing with. I'm gonna say that I personally haven't had to deal with that. What I will say is that, like I said, consistently, social media has never been a problem for me. So if I'm with a chick and she doesn't want to post me on Instagram, that's not a problem for me. I really don't care. She don't want me on her fit. That's not a problem for me. I really don't care. What matters to me is if we go out in public and the friends that you see on a regular basis, that's when you start acting funny. That's what I'm measuring. If there's an opportunity for me to meet your mother and you're running away from that, that's what I'm going to judge you based on. Right? If there's an opportunity for me to be able to come bring, little stuff like bringing you lunch at your job so I can see what you're doing for a living, like that's where I'm going to judge you. I'm telling you, anybody who's worried about being focused on social media, trying to get those posts and those likes and those double taps and bay goals and relationship goals and all of that, you are focused on the wrong shit.
Right. So
And that's my
outside of
personal
that,
opinion.
I like what you said about meeting the friends, meeting the parents, meeting the coworkers. Is it that she's ashamed of you, or she doesn't want to have you meet them because she doesn't know if it's going to end up something permanent? Cause what's that girl name? Issa Rae. She says, keep it a secret until you get married, something like that. I forgot what she said. But no one knew her boyfriend until she got married. No
Yeah.
one knew who he was. So we're not doing that now, right? Keep it private.
Yeah.
Before y'all go, I one more time, King, I want to say I appreciate you for the platform. I always appreciate you for the love because you always show me love every time you see me pop up, whether it's on the panel or in the chat. I appreciate you for that. D, you know I rock with you the long way. Truth, you know I rock with you the long way. You know what I'm saying? To everybody in the chat, much love, peace, and much grace to each and every one of you guys. I love those that love me. Y'all make sure y'all get them likes up, man. Get them likes up, man. We need.
And let me follow your page. What's it? It's 100 watts. It's a new one.
You can follow 100 watts at Finesse Visions, man. Go to YouTube, search Finesse Visions. That's the whole network right there. I got 6 shows running right now for you. 6 shows, okay? Got 6 different shows we rocking right now. Finesse Visions, we about to go live. King, I appreciate you. I love you each and every time, man.
Visions, I'm on it.
Peace,
I appreciate
y'all.
We're gonna chop it up later, bro. You already know.
Already.
With 2 S's, right? With 2 S's? Ooh, did I get it right?
Yeah. It was Finesse Visions.
Yeah.
All right, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
So,
all right, so
I was going to talk about how, for me, it's a 2-sided coin.
Right.
And like I said from the beginning, I agree with Watts. Like I said, I don't do anything for people's attention. You know, half of the stuff that I do is going against the grain anyway. You feel what I'm saying? I do what I like. I'm a person of what I like. I've always, before, you know, I fell in love with God, I was my own God. So I did what I wanted. So as for when I was out there dragging and everything, you have a 2-sided coin. I had my, you know, my girls that I was actually claiming, which was my children's moms, the 3 girlfriends I had, and my wife. Now, of course, they shared the pictures because they was proud of who they was with. You feel what I'm saying? They claimed me and I claimed them. So that was an actual relationship. That was something different than when I was out there dragging. When I had messed with police officers, EMTs, teachers, all types of women. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm saying, numerous. Like I was out there going to different states and everything like that. You know, this is when I was out there. So as far as when sharing pictures with the ones where I'm not claiming, nah, you know, they already knew the game. They already knew what time it was. And especially like when I said, you know, I was actually out there messing with a cop. She's not going to post me on no social media so her other police officers can see who she messing with. And like I said, we living in Baltimore. Baltimore is small. Everybody know everybody. You feel what I'm saying?
It really is small.
Yeah. So if you don't put like this, man, it's been plenty of times I have ran into a female that one of my mans was messing with because it wasn't made known on social media. I'm like, I didn't know. You know, we all out here. You out here doing what I'm doing, bro. We out here. I ain't know. That was your sploot. Girls from the shank jank strippers and all that. We didn't know. So if you ain't stating your claim, which like I said, I only state my claim of who I was with. All the rest of them, they didn't matter. You know, it was either you knock them down, pass them around. That's just the way it was done. So it was 2-sided for me. The women that I had, like I said, my children's moms, they're a part of me. They had my ex-wife, even though it ended, you know, horribly, she's still a part of me. These are the ones that matter. Right. All the rest of them, no, of course not. I don't want to be on their pictures. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we did, that's old history. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't want them to be on mine, and they not up there.
Right. Let me ask you a question. So it seems to me men are ashamed of their women when it comes to physicality and aesthetics, right? But women become ashamed of men due to their status and prestige. So they tend not to show off men that don't meet their standards, expectations, and status or prestige. And we tend not to show off our woman when, you know, we be talking our crap, but our lady don't even look like what we be talking about.
Right.
Or what we like on Instagram. Why is that?
You basically said it. People are ashamed of it. I mean, people are ashamed of their choices or what their only options are. Case in point, what happened to, you know, the situation with you on the other show. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Explain
About,
that because because I still don't understand what happened.
well, well,
I don't.
my whole point was, bro, it wasn't nothing wrong. You was actually trying to teach somebody something. You was letting them know what really is out here. You can tell when people they haven't messed with a whole bunch of females. They talk that, but you can just tell how they move and how they speak. They haven't ingratiated themselves. They don't know women. You feel what I'm saying? Because he would automatically knew, like, yo, if y'all came together, and I'm not saying that happens all the time, but the way y'all came together, like, what was the other option? Did she choose you over something better? Did she choose you? Was you the best choice?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying.
Plain and simple. Every man knew what you was talking about. Every man.
No, a lot of men got on me saying I was rude.
No, those own men, they ain't men, bro. They're not.
Right.
And again, they haven't been messing with a lot of females, man. They would have knew what you're talking about. We as men, we talk about that. What are your options? Like I said, I post what I had because I'm showing what I had. It has nothing to do with them. It was about me. I'm showing you what my value is. You feel what I'm saying? That's the difference. I never worry about what other people think. I'm showing you myself. I'm proud of myself.
Terry says that let me put what she says. She says that's superficial in my view. A person is more than looks and occupation. Fellas, what do you
more
think?
than looks or occupation?
Yeah. Because she said the reasons why I say people are usually ashamed, particularly women, is because a man doesn't have the prestige or power that she's been telling people that she's associated with, right? Because we know a lot of girls that are sleeping with dudes that are bums and won't admit to it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they won't admit to it. They won't admit to it, right? Dudes that they sneak in, come later, they help, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah, the night flyers.
And there's a lot of guys, and I'm guilty of it. I slept with some woman that I'm like, you be like, yo, King, what's up? You all right?
Yeah, the night flies.
Right, that you wouldn't take out because you thought that you could get over it because they're such a good person to you. But then you realize how shallow and vain. I realize how shallow and vain I am, and I'm not going to apologize for that. But I think that person knew too. Those people, not just one person, but those people knew I was shallow and vain.
Yeah, they know.
But they charmed me. They tried to, and I put up a thing today on a Facebook thing, a Facebook group, the True Pill community, and it's like, yeah, peace, king, divine king, God, and then as soon as you break their heart, he's no king. He's not a king anymore, right? And that's what I dealt with sometimes. I dealt with some women that weren't the best physically, but they were very encouraging. They poured into me emotionally, and I'm going to answer Terry's question.
Yeah.
No, it's not enough to be emotionally pouring to me and mentally pouring to me. It's not enough. I want someone physically attractive. I want to go around my dudes and be like, damn, you messing with her? Or I want to be able to wake up every morning, or after we have sex, you walk up and you go and use the restroom, and I'm like, damn, her body's amazing. If I can't do that, then I'm not, because I talk a lot of shit. So if you see somebody looking crazy, so y'all got me now. I'm getting it.
Right.
I'm gonna get it.
Right.
So go ahead, True. My bad.
So post Miss Terry thing
Question
again.
okay.
Yeah, so I can make sure I give it to her right.
Okay, hold on. Right there.
That's superficial. And okay, I'm glad she used that word. Okay. Now, she's saying that, and I can understand what she's saying, but what type of world do we live in? Majority of people is living superficial. And I would love to see what her dudes look like. I would love to see what their occupations are, and I bet you it fit that same narrative because she's pretty. From what I can see, she's pretty. So I know she ain't messing with no bum dude. I know he got a job. I know he caked up, and I know he at least looked decent. You feel what I'm saying? So she's saying, oh, superficial, but
yeah, she got a flat stomach.
Yeah, it's no evidence that she doesn't live that way. You feel what I'm saying? It's easy to say these things if you don't have no evidence of living that type of lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? And the things that I'm speaking about, no, I don't live that way no more. Like my life is completely different over the last 10 years. But what I'm sharing y'all is on the topic of the subject of when I was actually out there doing these type of things and things that come behind it and the reasons why we do certain things. So superficial, yeah. When I was out there, I was superficial. And majority of these people in this daggone chat is superficial as well. If they saying they not, they bull crap.
Straight up. So I put her up. I want Daryl to answer this, then you come back and I can answer it too. The Miss Creative says, so shallow. What happens if your woman/wife changes over time? What are you gonna do? Leave? Oof. Don't let
listen,
me get
man.
Oh boy, Dad, you want to
man.
here?
I hate that we had to even go here, man.
Yeah, right. Right.
But let's go ahead and do it.
Go and check his page out too. He got the best reactions ever, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chaotic Truth, man. Listen.
Oh boy.
Listen. These guys don't want to be honest. Not you guys, but the guys out here in the streets don't want to be honest. So just let me do it, man. These guys are ashamed of their wives because they're not attractive. These women are ashamed of their husbands because they're not great providers. They're not good men. So let's be real, because Miss Creative, I get what you're saying about people being shallow, but every single day people get divorced over sex, money. That's a fact. Men, we want women that look attractive. I'll be damned if I get married to a woman and she can't at least try to keep her looks up. It's really not that hard. My mother used to say, just step away from the table. Just step away from the table. Turn around. Because I'm not going to drop that $20 McChicken line, man, but I could. Right? Because he's an example of somebody, and I said this to him. Why is there more examples of you talking about Amber Rose than you talking about your wife? I always, to this day, I found that to be baffling. That, you know, on multiple different occasions, multiple different topics, Amber Rose is brought up, but your wife isn't brought up. I just find that to be crazy, because if I'm married to a woman, I want to be able to marry a woman who I can talk about every time we talk about femininity, beauty, sex, lingerie, cooking, no matter what it is, my wife, her name coming up. And to me, just like the up-level professional just said, sex and money are very important. And just like on the block with Jen saying, I'm one of those people too, Jen. I'm waiting to see, you know, his wife too, because, you know, he was one of the people that had a lot of bragging to do, you know, about the kind of women he had access to. I posted all the ones that I have had access to, with the exception of the one who I'm being discreet with right now. So my whole point is,
and she's pretty.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's drop dead gorgeous. She's drop dead gorgeous. The thing about it, man, is a lot of people out here they're very ashamed, because the person who they are with, King, to sum all of this up, it represents who they are. It represents who they are. So when you see these men with these, I don't want to say inferior women, and these women with these inferior men, it represents who they are. It's just the truth. It's like Jay-Z and Beyonce. She represent his options. The dirty pastor, going back to what Truth and you guys were talking about earlier, I hate to bring her up again, but she represents somebody who is not really attractive. Had his wife been Bernice Burgos or Halle Berry, right? Exactly. If his wife was Halle Berry or Bernice, and you had asked that question, the perception would have been completely different, because it's obvious those women have major options, different races, different social classes, economic classes, et cetera, et cetera. That all comes with looking drop dead gorgeous. Let's be perfectly honest. So I just want to I'm trying my best to be nice and politically walk around this without just saying people have ugly spouses, but that is also the truth. Out of shape spouses that when they take they clothes off, you see the fat, the pudginess, the lack of shape, the lack of they take the panties off, it's no cup, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that really go wrong, and they just don't want to be honest about it.
Yo, you say to go wrong. Listen, man. I gotta get you on, man, because you're gonna hurt a lot of people. But I want to say this. I don't have an issue with Mrs. Daniels. I don't have an issue with E Black's wife, and I don't have an issue with Cherry, Chaotic's wife, Truth wife. So let that be known. I don't have an issue with them at all. But leaving them out of the examples, I agree with Darrell. I didn't wait this long to be ashamed of the woman I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't wait this long to get married and have kids. I didn't. And if anybody tell me looks doesn't matter, then for men particularly, then that man doesn't really have options and he doesn't have resources. That if looks doesn't matter for a man. Now, as for women, I get it. You like vibes, you like power, you like prestige, but let your man have a profession that's not popping, and you tell him to come to an event to meet your friends.
Right.
You're gonna realize how much you really care about him or not.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, because a lot of you women have slept with men that you don't want to promote.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to promote them because why? It doesn't look. It's not a good look for the brand you promoting out there. Let's be honest. A lot of you have. If any woman could say they only slept with men that were good looks to their particular brand or their lifestyle, please come up and show me. The same way there's a few chubby, fluffy girls that I've messed with.
Mm-hmm.
There's some guys, some bozos you mess with, and you didn't put them out there. Right. And sometimes, to be honest with you, some of the girls that are big or fluffy, they are women that are actually probably I'm supposed to be with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be with those women, but because of my vanity and me putting looks at a high pedestal for me, because of sex, I can't do it, and I won't do it. It's very important to me. I don't get any gag reflexes when you walk off to the bathroom. I don't want to feel like I'm throwing up when you put on your panties or I don't want to feel that anymore. It's horrible.
Yeah, man. I don't want to.
It's horrible, and I've been there, and it's cool when you're drunk and everything, and it takes a level of savagery to do when you're not drunk. And I've been on both places, but to do that for long term.
Yeah,
like a woman. Look what Terry said. Terry said, "Profession changes." See, that's what y'all women do. Oh, he doesn't have status. He doesn't have money. He doesn't have the job that I want him to have. But that can change. You see what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm about
to say. You see, truth. I'm gonna let you get him. Let me just say this: you still want that to change, and until it change, you ain't gonna show him off like that, or you're gonna be like, yo, he's working on a couple projects right now. Who's he? No, my man. Don't worry about it. He's working on a few things right now. No, I'm not jacking that, and that's why a lot of y'all women end up with men y'all shouldn't be with because y'all always y'all go for expectations instead of standards.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're not dealing with the man that had you dealing with. Okay, hopefully he can change, and y'all get mad at him when he doesn't change.
Yeah, man.
If occupations and jobs could change that quick, so tell him to do it as soon as he meets you.
That's where I'm about to go with. I'm about
to get him, please. Get him, please.
Hey, Truth, let me say one thing before I get out of here, just real quick, because when people say looks don't matter, man, a few shows when we was all still like the Four Horsemen, we was talking about this, and that was the first time I met Jen. And when I showed my younger homies here in East Lansing, how old you think she is, bro? She probably your age, 30, 20. They couldn't believe when I told her how old she actually is, right? So and shout out to Jen because she is one of many representations of you can age very gracefully. You can age very gracefully if you choose to.
That if you I saw a girl. I'm going through Facebook. Facebook got this new thing you do like it's like Match.com type shit in Facebook. She said she was 31. Son, I said, what type of trauma or trials and tribulations has this woman gone through? Because she looked crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I'm wrong if I say that, right? I'm wrong. I'm wrong if I say, hey, oh my God, you have went through hell and back. I don't know what to do with you.
And you look like it.
Yeah, but see, I don't want to say that. I don't want to be rude. But I'll be disingenuous if I didn't say that. it's too many examples of women aging gracefully. I say it all the time. I'm going to make it clear. I'm going to say it. Women should not be talking about beauty until they turn 30, because it's easy to look beautiful when you're youthful, when you're in your teens, your 20s. It's easy. You tell a woman really starts getting to her beauty in her 30s, and you're like, damn, you went through all that, kids, whatever, and you still look like that. That's a beautiful woman.
Mhm.
That's a beautiful woman. That's the woman I want to be around. You look like that after you went through all that. People are looking, man.
Yeah, so this is the thing that bothers me is females are more superficial than us, man. A lot of divorces are broken up because of occupation changes, because you start getting them dead bodies and everything like that. And the females in the chat, they know this. They will actually leave their man if they're actually married for these things, which are superficial. They will actually leave. Let they've been so accustomed to a certain lifestyle and you fall off. Majority of the females is not going to stay there with you. They're going to get the next one up. They probably going to have one in their back pocket. Old boy that they've been talking to every time they get mad at you, and they going to level up. You know, the hypergamous narrative. Now I'm not saying that's every woman that acts
Wait,
like
hold on.
you got.
Somebody said, and shout out to Chef coming real dapper. Someone said it's harder for women to maintain our looks as we age.
Yeah. So when
Gotta be fair.
when but that's what I'm talking about. It's harder for a woman to do these things, but men usually when they're married, they'll stick in it. Regardless of how big
Mm.
their woman gets. See, for me, if I let's say I'm not going to marry a woman that's incredibly large. But if she's carrying my children, of course I'm not divorcing that woman. She's doing me a blessing. She's bringing my beautiful children into this world. So if she gained weight, age, her body and everything like that, I'm going to be the one there for her to let her know that she's still beautiful. I still see her as the way she was before she was pregnant with my child. My child is the one that is making her body change and stuff like that. Now I will, after the child goes, I will encourage her to breastfeed and when she gets her strength back to work out for our health reasons. Not so much for my vanity in my eyes and anything like that. But if I'm with the woman I love, I'm going to be with them. So no, I wouldn't leave my woman because she gained weight. That didn't happen with my daughter's mom when she had gained a couple of pounds and everything like that. She got herself back together and stuff like that. But I didn't just say, "Oh, I'm just going to leave you because you gained weight." But there are countless stories of women that have left their man because of occupation, because of their looks,
Peace information, man. Peace to you.
because of stuff in the bedroom, because of all these superficial things that supposedly don't matter. So that's why I'm going back to what Miss Terry said. That what she's claiming is probably one in a million. Majority of females do not move like that. They will not stay with their man if they fall short. They just won't, and that's physical and monetary, and that's the truth.
Yeah, Aisha, I like soggy breasts. I like saggy breasts too. I don't have no issue with that. You know what I mean? But that has nothing to do with you staying in shape.
No,
Like I said, I know.
that's not all the way true.
Yeah, that's not really true. But
Yeah.
I'm not a woman, so I can't comment on women's body. I'm not going to do
Well,
that. But
I'm
what I'm going to,
I'm saying because from example with my children's mom, their breast didn't
oh,
go through that
I
problem.
yeah.
It's take care of yourself.
Shout out to Information Man Show. Thanks for joining us and coming up. You're always welcome to come and talk. Let's get the boss man up here. What's up? What's up? Talk to me. You up? You see us? You on? I can't hear you. Yeah, I said the
What
boss
up?
man. Yeah.
What up? What up? Oh, I thought you said boss man. My bad. What it do? What it do? YouTube, it's your boy Chef Shapino. Back on the scene. You see, corporate America, they kidnapped me from y'all. But I still keep it fresh. Got my little Perry joint, y'all. We talk about it later. But yeah, man, I'm back on the scene. I've been popping in and out. I've been having some crazy meetings. As crazy as it sounds, some of the meetings that I have, and I'm not trying to flex on y'all, some of the meetings that I have will determine what the next set of your phone plans look like.
Mm.
The next set of programming that's going to come on one of your favorite cable networks. And also determining, some of the, what we would call demographically resonant regions that we have to capture within corporate hiring. Yeah, man. Regular stuff. So, I'm glad to be able to jump in and pop in on a couple of these conversations here. My spot in the garden is secure, and I'm here, and I'm not going to let it go. So, I'll say this, because I was going to jump in on the road up 85 to the crib, but I ended up getting a call from Cali. So, yo, man, do we realize that no matter where in our lives that we rest, we could be at 25, in that range from 25 to 27. We could be 33 to 35. We could be 39 to 41, 48 to 50, and so on and so forth. And we just take little, 2-year gaps. Do you realize that what's important to you changes on each and every stage of that journey? The journey that's not always necessarily your goal. That journey may be the end of your life. The end of that journey may be the moment that you meet our creator or your creator, depending on what deity you respect. So when we say that, I'm about to get rude. Fuck what stupid ideas that we have about what's this, that, and the other. Who gives a shit what the guy across the street thinks about how important the person that I feel over here, about how I feel about the person over here?
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
We still want to keep
There was
monetized.
no. Oh, sorry. My bad. I'm sending you a couple of dollars on Cash App. I got you, my nigga. But look,
Right.
I'll say this, family. Who cares? There's a brilliant guy who looks to me as an OG, and he doesn't understand how when he and I speak, he speaks, he gives me goosebumps. He reminds me of almost like if I had another son, it would be that guy. Crazy. His name is Victor Freeze Music, aka Just Vic, aka he had like 3 or 4 pages. Vic Just Vic, this, that, the other, whatever. But y'all know who he is. Yo, he was on a show and he literally asked somebody a question about relationship situations. And he said to that person, who cares about a ranking system? Because if you see this is important to you in a woman, and I find something else important to me as a man, your ranking scale means nothing to me. And then I ended up jumping in on that show. And for the record, I always tie back into a previous show. You go to Chef Shupino's page, Chef Space Shupino.
Moderates, can you put that up?
Yes, please. It's going to be the previous Friday Night Smoke Show. And what Vic said was, he was speaking to Mr. O Just Living, who's another brother who's a major contributor. We have a Mr. O Speaks coming too. He said to Mr. O, what does it matter what society says about how this person looks? If I'm looking at something as important and you looking at something else as important, your ranking scale means nothing to me.
Mm-hmm. Do you see what Mo put? And I think that has some validity to it.
Truth is never favorite. What I can't seem to understand is how people say looks don't matter, but they usually say it when they're old and they don't have better options.
Truth.
So watch this. I want to say this to Mo. And Mo is ill. She's a makeup artist to the stars. And, you know,
I don't even know who she is. Listen, she's everything.
Don't worry, she's an awesome person. The thing is, I'm not going to discredit her. Why? Because she's watched a lot of my several of my videos, and every single one she's watched, I've agreed with her standpoint. So now if I just say that, oh, she's full of shit, that means I'm full of shit.
We lost the Disney commercials.
Oh, damn it.
Can we at least keep the lingerie commercials?
I'm sorry. Wait. Right.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna fix it. Right. Full of Moana and Princess Tiana. All right. Sorry.
She said that's the wrong Mo. That's not her. She's not a makeup artist.
Oh, I thought this was Mo. What you call it? Who was? I thought that was Jen's homie. Oh well, I done gave you credit you ain't deserved. I'll take it back. I could say when I'm wrong, but nonetheless, you still agreed with. You still agree. You're the same Mo that I agree with on my page, because you are the same emoji and the same Mo that commented on a few of my videos, and I agree with you. So, speaking about that, in this situation, Mo, I believe that every single person, right, that exists on this planet, they have a visual. It's almost like an algorithm like YouTube has. There's the visual. There's the tactical. The visual is what you see. Tactical is the energy part. That's how you feel when you're with them or how you touch them. There's the logical. The thing about your brain that tells you lean in or get the Disney out.
Yes.
Right? You know, there's different parts of the people that we see. There's people that we know that we're going to enjoy being with them. They're going to challenge our mind, our heart, and our soul. But we still know where we are right now in this universe. It's not time for them to meet our mama or our daddy if you're a flower. But we're grown folks. We're grown folks. And we know what we like. What I like may not be what King likes. What King likes may not be what Truth likes. What Truth likes may not be what Darrell likes. But imagine trying to put what we consider as the best woman in the world for us, and we tried to put it on a freaking scale. It makes no sense, because what my heart, what my tactical flesh, what my energy sponge, what my brain, what everything about my soul needs, you know, is different from Truth.
Were you always like that?
It's different from King. It's different from Darrell. It's different from Mayat, Hanifa, Mo, Neek, Terry, anybody that we know.
But how does the person get there? Because that's not some place people are
When you say
born.
get
Like
there,
Natalie said,
where?
get to the point where you're not valuing how you feel about somebody based on uh, uh, status quo.
Get to know yourself.
Status quo.
How does one get there? Because usually we start off being vain and shallow. We like what we like, but what you're talking about is a higher level of self. How does one get there?
It's natural growth. At some point, watch this. How does somebody get there? Okay. I went from owning a BMW at one point in my life because I thought it was more nostalgic, right? You know, souped it up and everything. This was in the 90s, early 90s. Moved to a Benz, right? That was when the CLS came out. You know, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'll be honest. You know, because I got a business. It was a tax write-off. You know, lease action. You know,
That's normal.
business, right? So now I'm gonna talk about the cars that I went to. Went to Accurate TLS, right? Reliability, power, level of prestige at that particular time. That was 2000, 2001. That was the car purchased in New York, right? And let me clarify. It went from TLS to the CLS, which would TLS to the Benz. But what it was is, trust me, I'm gonna land this plane. I promise you, y'all. I went from this to that. It made me feel a certain way. Then TLS to the CLS, which was the lease. TLS I owned. CLS was the lease. Lease was over, and I was making my move from New York to Atlanta. There was a car I used to always get whenever I go to Enterprise when I would pop into Atlanta every other week, and it was a freaking Pontiac Grand Prix. I enjoyed whipping that whip so much. I went from a Benz to a Pontiac Grand Prix because it moved and it was powerful. Did some things to the engine, you know, chefed it up. That's what I went to. Things started getting good. Kept that. That was my fun car. And then eventually, fast forward, I had an opportunity. I could have got a Benz. I could have paid 60, 70 for, you know, for a 2016, 2017 Bentley GT Continental, you know. Wifey time. Ended up getting a Genesis, top of the line Genesis. If y'all understand Genesis is the Rolls Royce of Korea. It's the Benz of Korea. That's what the Korean leadership drive in. If you don't know, I'm not gonna explain it to you. You know, but I thought about it. We thought about it. It took place, and that's what happens. So I said all of that long-winded stuff to tell you guys what's important to you. You got to understand yourself, knowledge yourself, and understand what's important to you, family. And if it's not clicking what I'm saying, you know, holler at me and I can help make you click on Patreon. Just understand. Know what makes you feel good. Know the stuff that makes you tickle inside. Know the stuff that makes you get that nut off. All of those different things, ladies. Know that thing that makes your legs shake when it comes to not the actual act, but the spiritual essence that a man makes you feel. And when you recognize it, what that person judges you across the street or what that person says down the block means absolutely nothing. Nothing. Love yourself and love what you love. Everything else is going to fall into place. I feel like I've been speaking for like 12 minutes, yo. I apologize.
Sorry, but what it's crazy because I definitely agree with what Chef said. If you're at your higher self, but I'm not there yet. I'm middle vibrational. I'm not low, and sometimes I try to ascend to a higher vibration. So my happiness is based on me comparing, or me, which is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. I get it, but my happiness is based on being on top of the status quo, or being on top of the general public's opinion, and when it's regarding things that are superficial. Now, if it's regarding the truth or facts and humanitarian things, I don't care what people think. People being in hunger, women being raped, child molestation is wrong. I don't care who's in power. I don't care what's going on. But when it comes to things in regards to the general public and status quo, in regards to vanity and aesthetics, I always want to position myself a certain way. This is why, for me to say I'm great or king, I always try to do things that is associated with that, based on the general populace. So me, I wanted to go. If I say I'm king, or I'm saying I'm who I am, I have to go to a top tier school, right? If I say I'm this, I have to live a certain place, right? I have to have a certain type of watch or bracelet. And I'm not a jewelry person. Everybody knows this. When I came home, I bought my first watch, and I came home 2020. When I came home, I bought my first watch and a Cartier bracelet. So I spent over 50K because that is what's associated with someone of my stature, right? Cool. I had to live in a certain place. I had to have a certain type of female, because at the end of the day, people do judge a man's brand. I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but people do judge a man's brand or credibility by what he surrounds himself with, whether it be people, wife, aesthetics, materialism. So that's me. I understand what Chef is saying because he's at a higher level of consciousness, so he doesn't care about that. He's on a monk. He's on some monk thing, right? Tibetan monk. Where's that? Listen, I float on air. I don't really need to worry about what people say. But me, I'm middle vibration. So what happens is, that means I want to do good, but I have to look good to the people that I'm around, because unfortunately, people don't gravitate. And Muhammad Ali said it. He said he said the preachers have to have these cars because nobody's going to come to their church if they don't look like God is blessing them. He said, I have to be like this because I have to get their attention. I have to get their attention. If I don't get the people attention, then they can't even hear the good news. The problem is you got the wrong people getting the attention, and that's why you got these people listening to the bad news. And people, we want to shift the paradigm, but it's not a flick. It's a dim type situation where you have to take your time and dim it. But I want to say, me personally, I don't ever want to be ashamed of my wife. I want her to be protected, but when she steps out, and I want her to be like, oh, that's King's girl. Yeah. That's King's girl. That's what I want. Right.
So it's a statement. Hold on. It's a statement.
Hold on. But my thing is, I understand we all get old, and there's something called gravity. We all get old, something called gravity. But like I said, it's something to say when a man and a woman take care of themselves physically, and also when a man and a woman put themselves in position. Because what happens is, we as people are marrying the person we hate the least and not the person we love the most. And that's problematic for me. I don't want to marry the person I hate the least. I want to marry the person I love the most. I want the best option for partnership. And sometimes maybe, like I said before, Chef came in here, I said maybe the girls that I passed by because they didn't fit that certain physical mold, maybe they were the best for me, right? But why can't I have it all? I'm sorry,
that's
go.
what I was saying. I mean, but
I don't want to be accepted by society, Miss Creative, but I get what you're saying. It's not be accepted, but I'm when I come into this world, there's certain men like me, I'm King Kong.
So
I want to conquer society. I don't want to be accepted. If I wanted to be accepted, I wouldn't be doing this. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, basically I know what you're saying, but basically what she's saying is absolutely right, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just not how, I mean, you might not look at it like that, but you basically said that. You said, I do this because of the status of society. You said that. You said, I wear certain things because of basically the world and everything like that. And I made it clear that everything I do is not because of somebody else. I never had, a lot of the people are in competition with others. I'm always in competition with myself.
Right.
I got to be.
Wait, hold up. So if you're in competition with yourself, Truth, then how do you? So what's the metrics?
The metrics is how to be a better man than I was yesterday and a great man today, bro. That's what it is. Michael Jordan said it best. He said the only person I'm in competition is with myself.
He said that because he that was a way, in my opinion. You could be right or wrong, but in my opinion, he said that because he's letting people know I'm the greatest. And none of y'all are. It was trash talking.
No, he said that. He said it in his actual book. See, I'm a Michael Jordan fan.
Me too.
This is all I grew up. That's how I started learning.
I don't know LeBron James. I know Michael Jordan.
That's how I started learning how to play basketball. Everybody, they used to call me Baby Jordan and everything. So that's who I used to be. My first name is Michael and everything like that. Yeah,
You got me.
So. Like one thing that I had everything, I had all the joy. I got all the joys now. Like that was the thing. But I had to stop doing that because I started realizing I started falling into idolatry with that. So easy to fall into those vain covetous things. But when you start focusing on the world and what the world projection is, that's why they got this SMV level. They got the ranking systems and stuff like that. I never had that problem. Is because I've always felt separate. I always was my own individuals. I didn't buy Jordans because somebody else had them or I saw them looking fly in them. So I had to have them.
So you just happened to buy the best sneakers known to
I bought them because I liked them. It's a difference between, okay, if you see a homeboy got it, you like, dang, yo, that's look fly on you and stuff like that. And you want to get it. Some people wanted to buy them things because Jay-Z had them or you rock the Pelly or stuff like that. Like I would never buy Gucci. I would never buy Louis, no matter how much money I get. I will never buy that. Because
let me ask you a question. This is interesting. As a parent, how do you tell your child to compete against themselves when this is a global market?
Easy.
Compete against them when you say compete like
because he said
fashion or compete with socioeconomics.
Hold on, Sean.
Everything because he just said that he competes against. He tries to be better than he was yesterday. I get that. But it's a global market. It's competitive. There's competition out here.
Right. So that depends on how important is other people's opinions over your life. That's what it all boils down to. If you really
in certain aspects, it's important to me. In certain aspects,
yeah. See, and with me, I don't. And with me, everybody know what my attitude is around YouTube. I don't give a fuck. So
that's a fact.
See, exactly. So, and I've always been like that. If you like me, you like me for who I am. If you don't, you don't.
That's
the things fact. I wear, I have it.
We know, Truth. We know he don't give a F. We know we know he doesn't give a Disney. We know we don't give a Disney. But you know what? I feel like the master lion tamer of the world because he is a nice guy and a loving guy on Chef Shapino's channel.
Yep,
I like that. No, I like that. I like that's a new thing Chef came up. Disney. Replace the curse with Disney.
With Disney. Right. Okay. No, I didn't curse. I said
Disney.
Yeah, I didn't curse. I said F. So plain and simply, like I don't. People's opinions are always going to change. They change with the wind. People are always going to go to the next thing. They're going to always see something they like that's better. That's why it's superficial. It's going to continuously change. We're growing. Technology, fashion, all these type of things. what was cool yesterday ain't going to be cool today. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Same thing.
Right.
It's evolving. So you can't try to compete and live by other people's expectation is a dead daggone mission. You're going to fail.
Mhm.
You're going to fail because people are not going to like you just because you're you. There's people I haven't done a goddamn thing to. They just don't like what I say. It don't matter what. They don't know who I am. They don't know, well, I'm philanthropic. They don't know, have I taken care of kids, babysit, everything. They don't know my relationships. They don't know how loyal I am. They don't know whether I took a bullet for somebody, all these type of. They don't know whether, hey, I would love to have that guy in my corner because I know he'll die for me. They don't know these things. They just don't like the fact that you're telling them something that at the end of the day, they got to say, you know what? That motherfucker said something the other day and it was the truth. I got to go look in this mirror and I see it. They hate that. So that reverts back into their opinions. Trying to live based off of somebody else's opinions is I could never do it. I would never do it. And it was never.
Is it other people's opinions or other people's reverence? People feed off of reverence.
Reverence is respect.
Right. That's what respect is based on. You having, for the most part, it's based off of two things: you being who you are and being happy about it. And the other thing is, which is with men and women, you being the best out of the bunch.
Right. So now that, and again, that goes back to what Chef said. It's all about preference. Everybody's best of the bunch is for their own individualistic taste. He just said it. What you like, what he likes, what I like, is going to change as we grow. I could never like what you would do, like I said. I made a post earlier. I said you probably never messed with a girl over 170 pounds, have you?
And I said, yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
About you go. It's documented. I said I have messed with a girl over 170 pounds, and I said, but I wouldn't marry them.
Right. Okay. So check this out. So that's what I'm saying. The things that people would like, if like,
I disagree with King, by the way, but go ahead, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And King will agree with me when I'm finished.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So again, to get back to the point, trying to live based on
8 minutes.
Right. Make this quick. Trying to live on other people's expectations. I knew at an early age, you talking about as a child, is going to end up fail. You could do something, you win a championship game, they love you. You lose a championship game, they hate you for taking that last shot when you just took it last week. I went through these things, but it never bothered me because I was always proud that I played better the next game. And I did all I could, and I know I was loyal to my team, and I gave it all I had. So every competition, all my life has always been against myself because I already knew people switch up. Loyalty is a valuable thing, and it's hard to find.
Well, it's crazy because everything that the only I'm glad you mentioned sports, and then we go with the Chef to end it. I'm glad you mentioned sports because sports is the only, at least up to you get to college and some high school, sports is the purest form of meritocracy. It's one of the few things that you have to earn. Is no politics at a young age. Either you got the talent and a skill set or you don't, right? So I'm glad you said that. And within sports, right, there is competition. So meritocracy, which essentially, you know what meritocracy is, based on your merit, based on your own work. Forget everybody else, based on your own work. But the purest form of meritocracy is sports, which is competitive. Because even in a basketball game, whether it's the game or the series or the year, it's MVP.
I got you.
Even if you're playing with your teammates, your own teammates, we need an MVP of this team, of this championship. Who's the best? Who contributed the most?
And I'm gonna use what you said earlier.
Hold on. Let me finish. Who contributed the most? So, in everything in life, people tend to follow those who have the most, whether it's the most money, whether it's the most wisdom, whether it's the most resources, whether it's whatever. But for you to lead, you have to have the most. And once you use that word most, you are comparing, you are in competition.
All right. So again,
your goal, then Chef, you got to anchor.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm going back to what you said. Yeah. You said you always wanted to be the best.
At least I always wanted to be associated with the best.
Okay, see, that's the difference. You want to be associated with the best. I want to be the best.
Right.
That's where the big difference. And I know me at my best, it ain't nobody in the room stepping with me. That's how I looked at it.
Okay, give me a category right now, and we gotta go to Chef. Give me a category right now that you're the best. You don't know anybody in this room, and that we can't mess with you in. That you're the best.
What's my name? That's it.
So you're the best at telling the truth.
Yes, sir.
So you think you're better than telling the truth than Jen?
Wait. Now I'm about to troll him. He might
Right.
be the best at not being favored.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're better than telling the truth, like, because y'all both tell the raw, uncut truth, no matter how people feel. So you think you're the best on YouTube with telling the truth.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you think that. You.
Yeah.
So that's a trick answer.
You know how?
Of course
Listen. You know
of
how?
course you're gonna
No,
think
but
that.
listen. No, check this out. Ask anybody, have I ever lied? They don't. Not whether they like me. Have I ever lied about something? I'll wait.
We gotta get back to that. I gotta go and check the videos.
Yeah,
I gotta
check
check the
it
videos.
out. You won't find it, I promise.
All right, and that's not my channel. I gotta see all the channels you go to. But Chef, end the show because it ends at 10 o'clock. I'm making it hard. I gotta get back to my love life. Y'all got me out here looking crazy for Christmas and New Year's. I'm by myself. Go ahead.
All right. You
And shout out
asked
to
me.
the girl that I really love. Continue to stay out there in the West. It could be the West Coast, or it could be Westchester. Continue to stay out there. All right.
Yeah, you asked me to finish it off, so I'm finna finish it off. Chef is back to his corporate grind. Yes, you're gonna see tie suits and all kind of polo shit. Polo Disney. Okay. But I'm here for you, so I want to finish it with this. Instead of my mouth, I'm gonna give you this. Pause. Here we go. If YouTube actually does what it's supposed to do. Can you see it?
Yes, right here.
We grow into our manhood and then we understand life and that life is fleeting and being alone is not something that you want to do. You start to appreciate the more important things, the salient things within what that woman brings to you. And as we gain that level of appreciation, that's where the sacred aspect comes in, because we know we need them. And something that is sacred to you, you not only hold it up, and you don't hold it up just to show it to the world, but you're holding it up to protect it and keep it away from the world. You know?
Okay.
So
Okay.
in terms of secret, and sacred,
with the ad-libs.
secret is childish things that we leave once we become a man. You know, sacred is understanding what's most important and what we need to protect and cherish. You know.
Right.
All right, yo. So let me pull that down.
It's down already. Yeah.
All right. So if you understand what I said there, King is going to see what's important to him within the dynamic of his emotional, psychological, sensual, sexual, cosmic ecosystem. Truth is going to see one. I myself am going to see one. But watch this, and I'm going to get a little spicy, because King likes spicy. I can guarantee you, if King doesn't like the one that me and Truth has, Truth doesn't like the one that me and King has, I don't like the one that King and Truth has, guess what? Each of us feel that ours is hitting with the tightest snatch in the city. And we will enjoy the hell out of them. And the other people that are not kings like us, they're going to learn from us. My chick is a big girl, a big, beautiful, beautiful woman. You know what I said when I started jumping on this YouTube shit? I was like, yo, baby, yo, I'm bringing big girls back into this motherfucker. I'm bringing them back in the style, yo. So
yeah, but you're not ashamed of it. You're not
that's
ashamed.
not. Why should I be ashamed?
Yeah, but
Wait. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. The level of my love and my sexuality and what moves my universe is way higher vibrational than what some bullshit flesh says. I could not give a Disney about what the person across the street thinks. I set the tone for my universe. I'm a master of my universe. Remember, God, he has a way and he has a desire for all of us to be. But guess what? The majority of us don't move like him. So I'm the master of my universe, and what makes me happy, what tweaks me, what flicks my whip or my wick, I control that. So I'm gonna be the dude that will be walking with some bullshit, some bull Disney clothes that nobody likes, but I love it. And it makes me feel good. It feels good against my skin. It makes me feel fly when I look in the mirror. You get what I'm saying? But once each of us get to that higher degree of vibration, guess what? Things are really gonna make a change. Things are really gonna make a change. You know what I mean? But we have to prepare ourselves for that kind of stuff, you know. So that's where I'm at.
And on that note, I want to thank everybody for coming to Conversation with King. If you notice, my show's been 2 hours lately. We start later because the lights is not up, and we end early at 10. We're not going past 10 anymore. The ladies don't go past 11. And that's the reason, because I don't know if Chef is doing the after. You're not doing the after thing today, right?
I wasn't supposed to, but you know what? You got me popping this.
You gotta feed the streets, shorty.
You know what I'm saying? So you know,
the streets, shorty.
I'm about to pop out of this. I'm gonna pop out of this.
Yeah, here's my thing.
Let the birds fly.
Here's my thing, though. Before I go, I don't understand how everybody likes Chef, but he doesn't have the same amount of subs as me. There's a disconnect.
That proves his
I
point,
don't know what the disconnect is, because by next week, Jen will be monetized. It's only up to her.
That, man?
Hold on. She's gonna be monetized. All she got to do is her watch hours. Also, Darrell already has his watch hours. He just needs subs. Hold on. But I'm just letting you know. What happens is you can't keep on saying I love Chef, and he's still where he at. It don't make sense to me. So that means there's something going on, or y'all lying, right? You got to show the same type of love for everybody. It doesn't make sense. But you know what? I'm grateful, but I'm grateful that I get it. Before, if he wasn't putting enough material, but he is putting out content this last 3 weeks, and maybe a month, I believe, right? The last 3 weeks, a month. So please support him and get him to where he needs to get to, because clearly this is what he loves to do. And I'm not telling him to quit his day job, but I'm saying, if you really mess with him, he's not asking for donations. He said, get the subs up, because at the end of the day, I've been wrapping my brain around it, and maybe truth. Now,
you want me to explain?
Tell me the truth. What's the reason why this is that? Since you always tell the truth. What's the reason
for my day job? Go ahead, truth.
You don't got the truth for that, see?
No, no, I'm laughing at Chef gotta be chill, because he always listen, man. You provide conversations with controversy. Chef provides a lot more substance, a lot more thinking, a lot more. It's like he taking people to school, man. And a lot of people, the world is consumed by controversy more than it is consumed by intellect. You got a little bit more pizzazz. He got, he's the big homie. He's the OG. So when you come over there, it's like a different vibe. It's like when you about the, you need to get on. You go to the main.
So you saying he should dumb down?
No. Oh no.
Oh, you saying it's going to take longer?
The people. This is how it is, and this is what
It
how.
don't make sense.
No, I'm not.
Because yesterday,
it goes into the point of what we was actually talking about.
Okay, because yesterday
he doesn't
not to cut you off. But yesterday we got Tawana literally 70.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm explaining to you, just like what you said. He doesn't do things to attract the world. He was actually just talking about this a couple of nights ago. He said we can easily go over there and argue with each other back and forth, provide a lot of, controversy and stuff like that. But that's not what's over there. So it's going to attract the right people. You have a lot of more convolution. Like you got the crazy people that just want to come over here and just disagree. I don't give a fuck. I just don't like him and I just disagree with him. And then you got the people that actually have intellect. More so on his channel, it's more people and thought, thinking.
Nah, son, I sneak and saw some replays. Y'all got lit over here.
It getting lit, but you gotta listen to the conversations that we're doing though.
Okay.
And he always schooling. We learning about context. You know what I'm saying? Where we're actually getting people to actually listen to what people say, which I say 1,000 daggone times. Right. So he's actually helping people do that. Listen to what somebody says out their mouth, not what you create in your brain. He's helping us learn words and use it properly with all that get understanding. So it's going to attract the right people. The people that he's going to get, they're going to be really wholesome.
Right. You think it's a time slot issue? I thought that was that too, because it was late.
No, I got my own business, which means I gotta clock in and I gotta work longer hours, bro. And I still come in and chop it up with him because over there with him, I'm getting fed a lot. Like I love the conversations, I love the bravado, I love, the guys, Vic, and everything like that. And most of all, it's respect. There's real respect over there. Like it's men. Like I mean, that's basically what I say. So he just provide a lot of substance, and a lot of people can't. They don't want to. You ever notice you be in a car with a whole bunch of people blowing it down, and then try to put on some gospel music while they're in there blowing it down? They're gonna be like, "Yeah, get the F out the car."
Right. Like
you messing up my heart. That's just like his channel. We over there providing certain things, and people want to come over there and wild out and stuff like that. So, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but like I said, man, it doesn't seem right to me. I don't know if you're familiar with hip hop like me. The purple tape only built for Cuban links is the Raekwon, but if you're a hip hop connoisseur, it's Ghostface.
That's why I said intelligence.
Right, Ghostface made that. So what happens is he's like the Ghostface of the purple tape, but it's like he's doing his Iron Man now, and I don't think everybody's supporting because he helped build this. So I don't understand why the 1,000 subscribers can't go to him. You feel me? It doesn't make sense to me. But on that note, we're gonna go and support his thing. It doesn't make sense, and that needs to change.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep sharing his stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't make sense to me. So let's make it make sense. Let's make it make sense. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Appreciate the truth is never favored. Let's make things happen, and I would definitely see Friday. And I'm out.
Salute.